All right. So how's your trip been here? Now I know, and I'll summarize this real quick so she doesn't have to say it. This is Sherilyn Sunflower's second trip to the Bosque. She came down last winter, and she was here. It was very quiet. There was few people, but we had some visitors too.
A couple times.
You went out to some hot springs. You did a couple little trips. I think we went to Bosque a little bit. Mm-hmm. But this year you were going to come down, and we were going to get to work on lots more Gaia wraps, food wraps, and we were going to sell those in the market. We had all these plans for you.
Yeah, many market sales.
What actually happened?
The coronavirus happened.
The virus.
Yeah.
Pandemic.
So instead of driving my car all around Michoacan, which is an amazing state in Mexico that I did a lot of reading about last year, but only was able to do like 1 or 2 trips away last year. So instead of driving all over, what we did was come back to the Bosque and start quarantine.
She's trapped here. I'm trapped. Everybody's trapped here.
Right.
But it's a good place to be trapped.
Yeah, it's a good place to be trapped.
So there's no tourism happening for you.
No tourism and no sales. So my business was doing really, really well in the United States last year. And my plan was to come down here and not only sell my product, but teach how to make my product locally. And I've done just a very little bit of sales in the first month I was here, and not going to any markets. I was hoping to even go, to Guadalajara, San Miguel de Allende, and sell
lofty
a lot.
goals.
Yeah.
Now you can still sell from mail order though.
Well, the goal here at the Bosque is to be as fully quarantined as possible, and even going to the post office in Aranga, similar to what I'm hearing about in the States of people, half the people are taking it very seriously and the other half of the people are like, it's not important. I don't know anybody who has the disease and it's all just a story. And I think it's both is going on here as well. We've heard from some locals that are like, it's not real. I have friends that I know who've had the coronavirus, not here, but in the United States. So I think it's important, and you are a high-risk person with lung issues, and I think it's important to not engage as much as possible. So,
well, I'm going to put a link in the description below where you can check out her products, and if she figures it out, I think she can, then she can figure out how to mail you products. These are beeswax cloth wraps you can use instead of plastic. We actually have a rule here in Bosque Village: you can't use plastic. And that rule gets broken all the time because plastic is pervasive in our lives. But that rule is a goal.
Right.
And by making something like these food wraps, people in their kitchens can wrap their food up, or you can wrap up a sandwich and all sorts of stuff. They're made with local products. We have pine resin out of the resin trees here. We have wax from local bees. We don't grow the cotton.
No, the cotton's not grown here.
Yeah, so we use cloth, but the cloth is really pretty patterns and stuff. So definitely check out her products. So what else has gone on since you've been here?
So it's kind of just, sinking into the Bosque life again. And part of that is, no one was here for 8 months because you were gone. And
right. And no one was in the forest except the very confused pack of dogs.
Yeah. And, someone coming and caring for the dogs, on a regular basis. But no one was staying here. So, getting back into buildings, cleaning buildings, patching up holes in buildings,
Animals, this is a forest, a real forest. So animals come and live in the houses. They'll dig right through the wall. There's woodpecker holes in my house I'm in right now. And they just peck right through the wall.
Right. And then not make a nest. Like they
didn't make a nest.
Make holes in the walls. Yeah. Yeah. Those are the flickers.
And I'm trying to increase the amount of wildlife here. So it's only going to get worse.
Right. So, and because of the pandemic, there's been a much bigger focus on plants and planting food, which I'm really excited about. I've been a farm worker in Oregon for years, over a decade, I guess now. And so, I'm very into plants and plant propagation, and growing food is something that comes naturally to me and I enjoy a lot. So there's a lot of new foods being planted that haven't been part of the normal Bosque system, because Bosque has been focused on a lot of experiments around doing planting without irrigation.
Right.
So we happen to have a lot of water right now, so there is some watering happening. But, we're growing all kinds of stuff. There's a bunch of volunteer foods that are going on, and then, squashes and root vegetables and winter squashes and beans and all kinds of things being planted. I've been starting, I'm a Qigong practitioner and teacher, so I've been focusing a little bit more on Qigong lately. I spent my first month here not doing that at all. So a little yoga, a little Qigong happens in my world. Laundry happens at least once a week, which is laundry by hand, and then watering the gardens with the laundry water. There's bread baking that happens. I haven't been doing a lot of the oven care, but somebody else on the property is doing that. So I'm gluten-free. So I've been doing gluten-free breads, plus trying to get as much food into the oven when the energy is being used to do the oven, like cooking beans.
So we use the wood efficiently.
Exactly.
Right.
Yep. That sort of thing.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah, it's actually been helpful for me that you've already been here before. And so with the new people that are here this year, you can transmit kind of part of the culture to them about how things are done here. Also, they're new to gardening.
Right. They haven't done any.
Right. They've been very excited. And you've been able to then help them out in planting things for the first time. That's really cool. So.
A little bit. Answering questions when they come up. And yeah, they've done a lot of work. They've cleared the orchard for the first time. I didn't really see the orchard last year, and now you can see the orchard, which is amazing. It was all grown over. Yeah.
This is a big space, and I'm often here alone, so I don't feel that bad that not everything's taken care of and all perfect. Right. It's a big project, and that's why I'm excited to have people come down, also people who know things, and they can contribute their knowledge.
I also brought instruments, so I've been focusing on that in the evenings quite a bit. I have a couple Native American flutes and a drum. It's a doumbek, so I'm trying to teach myself new rhythms online stuff. So that's
right. We have internet, which is good. That's fairly important because we're here with a very small group of people.
Yeah.
Now I notice you've been talking to friends back home.
Right. And it's really interesting with the coronavirus because last year I was here without the coronavirus and definitely felt like I needed more social than what I got here. I think there were 2 sets of 2 that came for 2 weeks in the 3 months that I was here, besides yourself.
Right.
And we talk a lot. Yeah. But I definitely, by the last month, was reaching out to my friends a lot more. So in coming here this time, I knew that I needed to focus on, very specific people in my life to reach out and talk to each of them once a week or whatever. And now with the coronavirus, I'm not getting any social outside. I was expecting to be spending a lot more time in Yotatira and Aranga, especially doing vending. I brought all of my vending stuff to be talking to people and learning more Spanish and be more immersed in the language. And so, yeah, I'm really grateful for the internet to be able to have video chats with my son and my mom and, close friends, for sure.
Cool. Well, I don't know what's going to happen next, but with the pandemic, we have this kind of unknown situation.
Right.
And I guess it's sort of a survival situation, really. I mean, we have to change a lot of how we think about things.
Yeah.
Because we're being careful. Like, we are actually taking this quarantine seriously. We have spray bottles with alcohol if we get fresh foods in or something. And so, I don't know, I feel like I'm on a TV show a little bit.
Right.
Yeah,
our own reality.
Several people have joked about, this is not the zombie apocalypse I was expecting. They thought they were going to go around fighting things, and it's like we're fighting this tiny wee beastie, or it's not even alive. It's a virus. It's not even alive.
Yeah.
I understand that.
But we're all wearing masks, and we're all
when we go out.
There's definitely a different awareness.
Well, psychologically, it's interesting. So, how do you think you're going to do over the next? I don't know what it'll be. 2-3 months.
It's so hard. I have no idea. I mean, my plan was to be here for 2 to 3 months. The 3 months is almost up. And I drove. Right. So, I live in an RV back home. And I don't have a pantry full of food. And I don't have, going home. Being here is way better than being where I live in Oregon right now, for me, personally.
Yeah.
My plan was to go home and find another community, a tiny home, or another place to live after I got home. But now's not the time.
Right. All the markets you go to all the time, they're closed.
Yeah.
Oregon Country Fair isn't happening.
Yeah.
Oregon Country Fair is a big deal in Oregon, and
big deal in my life.
Yeah, people come and it's very exciting. I went twice.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is you're stuck in a strange place.
Right. So I have no idea. I mean, like it's what we talked about. It's laundry, it's food, it's eating more out of the garden instead of going to town to get tomatoes, because we have our first 2 tomatoes with color on them in the Bosque garden, which is very exciting. Yep. So yeah, I'm here until I get the hit that I'm not supposed to be here anymore, I guess.
The future is unknown.
Yeah.
I do welcome you to look up the project. If you're new to it, look up Bosque Village. We make all kinds of videos. Sherilyn's been in various plant videos from last year. And as she does her crafts and stuff, we'll teach you things online. We'll inspire you. You can donate to the project if you like, and that helps us host people here and helps us have the equipment and time to, share these thoughts with you. So thanks for being on the Bosque, and thanks for watching. Let's go into the future, the strange unknown future together.